Hello people, we are not at the beach. We're in a courthouse. This is the state of the courthouse. You there? On a beach today. A courthouse, you know. This is what Jamaican courthouse look like when rain fall. Courthouse. What is not this? Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video that you just saw explains it all. It is a state of affair in a courthouse, which is a reflection of the state of justice in a Jamaica. Now, people, I would understand if this was some sorts of plumbing issue, and water spill out, flood out the place. However, this was caused by rain. If you know anything about the tropical climate in a Jamaica, there is always rain. I say this to say that the courthouse, whoever is in charge, relevant authority, had gotten many messages, many indications that probably we need to fix the roof. However, people, like I've told you, it is a reflection of the justice system in a Jamaica that needs fixing. So therefore, from top to bottom, everything needs renovation. Have you noticed that whenever you go to any of these government entities, courthouse, tax office, everything looks to be dated, meaning that it seems as if you are having flashback from a couple of decades, maybe 3 or so. When you went to these same place and nothing has changed except for the service is even Osara. People, Jamaica really needs to do better. This is 2025. There's no reason under the sun why these places are supposed to be in such a deplorable condition, especially when billions of dollars of the public purse is being squandered, OC stolen, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, we saw that a couple of days, on the 29th of April 2025 to be specific, there was a peaceful protest in Afro Tree where JFJ, Jamaicans for Justice, is saying that they want the police to take accountability for the extrajudicial takeaway and abuse of residents of Jamaica. We saw that the JAC of Jamaica Constabulary Force also counter-protested, and it seems as if they had more support than JFJ, which is kind of weird. Now we see the Inspectorate's Professional Standard Oversight Bureau, also known as IPROB, that is run by DCP, Deputy Commissioner of Police Clifford Blake. He came out and is giving reassurance to the public and complainants that are complaining against the JSF and what they deem to be abuse of power. I want you to take a listen, take a look at exactly what Mr. Blake has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Reassure the complainants, the persons who are making the complaints. And we do this by, making them comfortable, collecting their statements, giving them regular feedback. Mm-hmm. We have a standard 7 days feedback that we give persons initially, and after that, every 2 weeks. But the projected completion of cases that we have 28 days that we strive to complete our cases, and this is reassuring the persons.
So people, you heard what Mr. Blake had to say. They are taking accountability. They want to reassure the public, have public confidence, because without the people cooperating with the JCF cannot do their job. They need information from the public. So pretty much the DCP is saying that there should be a synchronized effort with John Public, the JCF, JFJ. It should not be one against the other, vice versa. So we need assurance, because without the public and the police working together, there won't be any sorts of progress. Now, based on what the head of IPROB is saying, within 7 days, you get a response, meaning the complainant. within 28 days, the case should be closed and whatever decision is made is sent to the prosecution office, DPP, Paula Llewellyn and them, and they make a determination whether the officer should be charged or whether the officer should be freed. Now, people, you and I know that when it comes to Jamaica, everything takes forever and a day. So when we hear this man is claiming that within 7 days, yes, he might call him back in 7 days and say, we are still working on it. On the 28th day, the same thing. Nothing seems to move at an efficient pace in Jamaica. So I say this to say that I don't know if this is just mouth talk or promise that is always a comfort to a fool. Because based on what we've seen, complainants, after about 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, people are still hoping for justice. As a matter of fact, in some cases, person even dead before the case call up. So people, what do you think? Let me know what you think in the comment section, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, while we're on the topic of abuse of power by the JCF Jamaica Constabulary Force, I am going to show you a video of an invasion of the JCF at a place that is in Yuatan. It is close to the Yuatan Methodist Church in front of the Yuatan Cemetery. Now, the videos that I am going to show you was taken on CCTV ring recording system. I am going to show you the police, what they did before they entered the premises, while they were in the premises, that is the house, and when they left the premises. I am going to show you the video, then I'm going to explain everything in intricate details. Take a listen, take a look.
Maxine!
If you can't hear from the camera.
Yeah.
Is this house in our front?
No, that one. Maxine! Maxine! Maxine!
So people, like I said, this incident took place in a Yuatan. The house in which they went into, this is the third time that they are going into this house. The person that owns this house have the camera ring system on their house, has been living in a foreign forever and a day. The whole family migrated long time ago. So they have a neighbor that watch the house, monitors the house. The first time they came, the lady tell them, say, the people overseas did not have a warrant. First time, did not have a warrant. The second time, the third time, when the lady asked for the warrant, they told the lady that, listen, the warrant in the vehicle. They did not show her the warrant. It's not a vehicle, and I'm not for show you no warrant. What is even worse, the lady told them that she monitored the place and them tell her, say, well, we need to look inside. That was when the lady went on the camera. On that system, ring system or systems like those, you could see your premises, you could see inside and outside. You could hear what is going on and you could talk. So you can communicate with the police or the person. So that is the person that you hear was telling the lady, calling the lady. The lady's name is Maxine. So no sort of warrant. Yes, Yuatan kind of hot, Linseed kind of hot right now, but there is no gang war. The police was not chasing anybody, and that person ran into that premises. So therefore, there was no probable cause. However, them decide, say, even when the lady told them that it is not my place, I am just watching it. Them threat the lady that if she don't open up the premises, they are going to lock her up. So therefore, she was forced under duress to open the premises, in which they had no warrant or did not show the warrant, had zero probable cause. While they were inside that house, them pick up remote control, them turn on fan, claims that them hot. What is even worse, the cameras that were pointing at different angles in that house for a security measure, them disconnect, two of them, and the one that they could not disconnect, they turn it up into the ceiling. So not only they did not go there with their own body cameras, which persons are asking them for. Whenever you have any system, camera, CCTV in your house, them disconnect it, take it away, or plug it out, or do whatever it is. So if you have nothing to hide, why would you do that? If you are violating people, which you are, without any sorts of warrants. Now people, when me there at Jamaica, uptown, me stay uptown. That could never ever happen. I doubt that has ever happened anytime. As a matter of fact, if you live in an uptown and the police come at your house, and you go at the gate and you ask them, what are you here for? If them don't have any warrant or if them don't have any probable cause, you can tell them, listen, you need to get the FUCK from in front of my house. As a matter of fact, go up on the phone, dial a lawyer, and hand the phone to them. Them run like thief. So I am just showing you the double standard and the abuse of power that persons have a problem with. So unless you are living in denial, unless you want Jamaica to be an apartheid country or a dictatorship country, you should stand up for the rights of everybody, not only yourself that is in a privileged position. Now the story is even more interesting because in that same lane, that same vicinity, they went to a neighboring house. That neighboring house, the youths that live there, hard-working youths in them 20, work double shift, work 2 jobs. They came in the wee hours of the morning, knock up the people in place. The youth them just coming from work, tired, sleeping to go to work the next day or that same day later on in the day. The police rough them up, beat them up, thump them up. So they must search the people in place, of course. If you're tired and people abuse it in your own house for no reason, no search warrants, then you get upset and respond accordingly. Like I've always said, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Because you know that you have a right, you know that you did not do anything, you know that you did not run from the police. So the police beat up the 2 youth them because the youth them are stand up for them rights. And when the youth them talk, you know what they did? Claims to them find a shot, claims to them find magazine, and they are going to arrest them. Beat them up in the house, take them out of the house, beat them up in the vehicle, beat them up at the station, and then let them out, no charges. You and I know in the present climate of Jamaica, if them catch you with a bullet, spent shell, magazine, was a tool, you are not going to be released without charges. However, this is their reverse psychology for charge you even when they abuse you. People, I just say, don't be in a denial. Don't listen to these police tete that is making it seem as if everything is okie-dory in a Jamaica. It makes absolutely no sorts of sense. You must be in deep, deep denial or a jackass or a police tete to feel as if these police are just doing their job, ridding Jamaica of criminals. They themselves, their deeds are criminal. And last but not least, just to make sure what I say is not misinterpreted or taken out of context. We agree with the police doing their job. We agree that Jamaica is in a very dire strait right now, desperate situation. However, you should be taking out the criminals, not innocent people. You should not be treating innocent people as if they are criminals, especially when the only place that you can do it is in the garrison. You could never go to uptown and do this. I am just speaking about the double standard. I am just speaking about justice. At the end of the day, that is what everybody wants. That is what everybody deserves. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called, if you're a criminal in a Jamaica, left go overseas, create criminal acts, get deported, and then come back to Jamaica from whence you are from. You seem to feel as if you are supposed to be upset or you are supposed to be entitled. You have a rebellious nature and think that you want to screw up the place because your life itself is screwed up. Many examples of deportees that come back to Jamaica after committing all sorts of crime in America. On or about February 26, 2025, at a place known as Mapleview Road that is in Kingston 11, a man, government name, Nicola Reed, Yankee, Nick them call him in the streets. Some people, patrons, was at a bar. The man blaze up the place, shot up couple of people, take away himself. After doing some investigation, the police asked questions. Their investigation led them to Yankee. They launched a special operation. Find Yankee, lock him up. He was officially arrested. He was officially charged the other day. Based on a court record, he was charged with wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, possession of ammunition, using or carrying a firearm throughout the commission of a crime. More than likely, he is going to get a fresh 15. More than likely, that fresh 15 is going to be amped up with the persons that got conned up. Moral of the story is this, like my granny always tell me, if you can't hide, don't thief. She did not mean that I was supposed to thief and hide my crime. It is just saying, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If and when you decide to be a criminal, the law is always going to catch you. The long arm of the law is always going to catch you. Karma is going to catch up on you. Such is the case as it pertains to Yankee. Failure in a Jamaica, failure in a foreign, failure in his own community. So we should hope that the court and the system don't fail us. Hope that he gets what he truly deserves. Life or a couple of life sentences. Never to see the light of day upon the street again for his natural life. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.